हरे हरे जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपद श्रीला प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद 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 श्रीला प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद 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 श्रीला प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद 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 श्रीला प्रभुपद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद वंश परिवार सर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की। जय ओम विष्णुपाद वंश परिवार सर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामकुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की। वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की। गंगा माँ यमुना माई की। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री गुरु यान गौरांग। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्रीला प्रभुपाद। जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की। Welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today we are discussing on Canto 4, Chapter 7, Text 53. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now let's recite this sloka. Itha pumamna swangeshu shirapani adishu kvachet parakya buddhim kurute evam bhuteshu matparah. यथा पुमम्न स्वांगेषु शिरापानि अधिषु क्वचित् परक्या बुद्धिं कुरुते एवं भूतेषु मत्परः. यथा पुमम्न स्वांगेषु शिरापानि अधिषु क्वचित् परक्या बुद्धिं कुरुते एवं भूतेषु मत्परः. प्रभुजीस यथा पुमम्न स्वांगेषु कुरुते एवं भूतेषु मत्परः. यथा पुमम्न स्वांगेषु शिरापानि अधिषु क्वचित् परक्या बुद्धिं कुरुते एवं भूतेषु मत्परः. यथा पुमम्न स्वांगेषु शिरापानि अधिषु क्वचित् परक्या बुद्धिं कुरुते एवं भूतेषु मत्परः. माताजी यथा पुमम्न स्वांगेषु शिरापानि अधीषु क्वचित् परक्या बुद्धिं कुरुते एवं भूतेषु मत्परः Now, toward morning, etha, as, puman, or person, as, na, not, sa angesu, in his own body, shirapani adhisu, between the head and the hands and other parts of the body. Kvachit, sometimes. Parakya buddhim, differentiation. Kurute, make. Evam, thus. Bhutesu, among living entities. Matparaha, my devotee. Now let's read translation and purport. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Bhakti Srila Prabhupada ki. A person with average intelligence does not think the head and other parts of the body to be separate. Similarly, my devotee does not differentiate Vishnu, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, from anything or any living entity. Purport. Whenever there is disease in any part of the body, the whole body takes care of the ailing part. Similarly, our devotee's oneness is manifested in his compassion for all conditioned souls. Bhagavad Gita 5.18 says, Pandita Samadarshina, those who are learned see everyone's conditional life equally. Devotees are compassionate to every conditioned soul, and therefore they are known as Aparakya Buddhi. Because devotees are learned and know that every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, they preach Krishna consciousness to everyone so that everyone may be happy. If a particular part of the body is diseased, the whole attention of the body goes to that part. Similarly, devotees take care for any person who is forgetful of Krishna and therefore in material consciousness. The equal vision of the devotee is that he hopes to get all living entities back home, back to Godhead. Om Ajnanati Virantasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Again, welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So as I say, we are today discussing on Canto 4, Chapter 7, Text 53. Let me read the translation again. A person with average intelligence does not think the head and other parts of the body to be separate. Similarly, my devotees does not differentiate Vishnu, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, from anything or any living entity. So in our body, we have got many different parts like head, eye, different parts we have got. So in one sense, this all the parts of the body is body itself. But in other sense, it is simultaneously different from one another, like Achinta Veda Veda Tatya. We are, in one sense, we are one with the God, but in quality we are one with the God, but in quantity we are different. That is Achintya Veda Veda Tattva, that is propagated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Simultaneously one and difference. So we should not think that we can become God. There are some classes of people who thinks that they are God, but actually no one can become God. We are the part and parcel of the God. what is that? Jivera Swarupa Hai Krishna Nityadas. We are eternally servant of the God. So in one lecture, Prabhupada was saying, if someone says that I am God, you say I am kicking God and you kick them, like that Prabhupada has said in one lecture. So we are the servant of God, and there is the real happiness, serving the God, serving Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, serving Prabhupada. In this way, Jiva can get the eternal real happiness. So we should not hear from those kind of people. So Mayavadi Bhashya Suniya Oya Sarvanas. So if we hear from the people who say that I am God, like Mayavadis, our bhakti will be destroyed. So we should never associate with such kind of people. Because we are part and parcel of the God. We can't become God. So here in purport, Prabhupada is mainly focusing on compassion. Compassion. So according to Srila Prabhupada, Krishna consciousness movement is the feeling for the humanity, feeling for the suffering of the conditioned souls. People are suffering in this world, not knowing the goal of the human body, not knowing the relationship with Krishna. They are suffering. They are not happy in this world. Although they walk with the big smile, but their heart is broken. They are not happy internally. So it's our duty to give them Krishna consciousness, to bring them near to Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, and to help them to live a peaceful, happy life and to make their perfect life. So it is our duty. It is our duty. So Prabhupada has written in one purport, the biggest charity we can give to the living entity is compassion. So how we can distribute it compassion? Anyone can guess? How we can distribute biggest compassion to the humanity? Yeah, knowledge. By distributing the knowledge given by Prabhupada, by distributing Prabhupada books. So that is the biggest charity we can give to people. That is the biggest compassion. So here in Srimad Bhagavatam, there comes the story of Rantidev. Now Rantidev, he was a devotee of the Lord. So he never endeavored to earn anything. He just wanted to please Lord through his service. He never want anything for himself. He just want to please Krishna. So one time he did fasting for 48 days. So it's beyond our imagination, right? Only in Ekadashi, if you do Nirjala, we can't wake up next morning. We'll be very weak. But Rantidev, he performed fasting for 48 days, not for himself, for the welfare of the humanity. So he was so compassionate. And after completing his 48 days of fasting, so there was a time to break the fast, and someone bring him a feast. Someone bringing a big feast, and he divided the feast to his family members, and he was about to eat. And at that time, one Brahmana came, and then Brahmana said, "I am very hungry. Give me some food. You have got a big feast, big plate of food. Give me something. I am also a family." Like that he asked, and Rantidev, he was very compassionate, so he gave some of the food to that Brahmana, and again after some time he was about to eat, so he divided all the food to his family members, and again Sudra came, one person came, and Sudra also asked, "Rantidev, I am very hungry. Please give me some food. Please show compassionate upon this fallen soul by giving your food," like that he asked. And Rantidev, he was very compassionate by his nature, and then he gave his share to that Sudra. And again, after some time he was about to eat. Then again one man came, not only himself but with his dogs, and that man approached Rantidev. "Rantidev, I am very hungry. Not only me, these dogs are also hungry. Please give me some food and give my dogs also some food." And Rantidev, he felt compassion for that man and the dogs. Vidya Vinay Sampanni Brahmini Gavi Astini Suni Chaiva Pakesa Pandita Samadarshina. He felt compassion not only with that man, he felt compassion for the dogs also. A great soul, by the virtue of the knowledge, sees man, dog, elephant, everyone equal. That was the vision, that was the consciousness of Rantidev. So he see that man and the dogs equal. That's why he feed that man and he feed the dogs also. So being that man being satisfied, being free from the hunger, he went away. And he had just little water left now. because he gave everything to the Brahmana, like Sudra, to the dogs and to the man. But now he have only little water left. Then he was able to drink that water, and at the same time, one Chandala came. Chandala, they are not accepted in the society. They are very low class entities. Chandala came, and Chandala asked, "My dear Rantidev, I am very hungry. Please give me something to eat. Please give me water to drink." And Rantidev, he felt very compassion in his heart. He felt great humility in his heart, and he prayed to the Lord. So Rantidev spoke the very nice nectarian prayer to the Lord. He prayed, "My dear Lord, I do not pray for the 8 mystic yoga perfection, nor do I pray for salvation from repeated birth and death. I only pray to you, my Lord, that I want to stay among all the living entities and suffer all their distress, all their karma. Please give me their karma to me so that I can suffer and they can live the very peaceful life." He prayed like that. He did not care for his happiness. He prayed to the Lord that please give me the karma of all the living entities of this world. I will accept and I will suffer, but please make them happy. Please take them back to Godhead. So that was the mood. That was the prayer of Rantidev. Compassion, so compassionate soul. And even the Brahmana, Chandala, the dogs, everything. They were demigods actually. They were demigods, and again they came to their like demigods. They revealed their identity, and still Rantidev did not ask for anything. He did not ask for any material desires. That was his only prayer to them also. Please make me the instrument in the hand of God. Rantidev, so compassionate actually. He was very compassionate. Our own Prabhupada also, he was very compassionate by his nature. He was living in the Vrindavan. Most of the devotees, they have a goal to live in the Vrindavan and do bhajan. But Prabhupada was living in Vrindavan. Even though he was living in Vrindavan, he felt the suffering of the people of the whole universe, whole world. Then he decided to go to the Vrindavan. He was very old, almost 70 years of old. Still, he wanted to distribute compassion. He wanted to distribute mercy to all the living entities, all the humanity of the world. Then at the age of 70, he went into America in the boat, in the ship. Then in the ship also he had like 3 heart attacks. And after reaching America also, like he didn't know anyone there. He didn't have anything to start Krishna consciousness. But he started from zero. He did not lose his hope. Prabhupada suffered too much in his beginning days. But you won't believe, but Prabhupada Prabhupada went through all the suffering for us, for you, for me, for all the humanity of this world. Prabhupada suffered. That's why we have to take the process. We have to take the method given by Prabhupada as our life and soul. We have to come forward to contribute in the mission. Because Prabhupada, one time Prabhupada said to one devotee, even though you don't contribute in my mission, it will go on. Because books are already in the market. Even though you don't distribute any books, even though there is not even a single devotee, still my movement will go on. Because books and my knowledge is already outside. So just take credit. Just contribute in my mission and take a credit. Because if you don't do from your side, someone will do that, no problem. But you do and you take a credit. And one time, one devotee asked to Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was a great acharya. But why did not he go to a Western country and preach Krishna consciousness? And Prabhupada said, because Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he compassionate that he want to give that credit to me and you all present here. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to give that credit to us, and Prabhupada, he's distributing that credit. Only if you show our little endeavor, we'll get that credit. One time in there was one man in Russia. So he was a businessman. So, from somewhere he got one Prabhupada book, Science of Self-Realization. So he was not devotee. He was interested in spirituality, but he did not know anything about Krishna consciousness, ISKCON, nothing. So he read that book and he read one statement: we have to make our life perfect by distributing this knowledge to everyone. So that statement of Prabhupada really touched his heart. And you know what he did? He started printing the books, and he started distributing the books. Actually, he didn't know about ISKCON. He never met once even a single devotee. But still, you know, that Prabhupada statement touched his heart, and he started distributing books. And one time, you know, Sankirtan devotees came to that city distributing books, and that devotees met that man, and that devotees showed that book to that man. He said, "Oh, I already got." That time he was not distributed books; he was just around the city. So that man said, "Oh, I already got these books," and the devotee said, "Okay, keep on reading like that. Yeah, okay, please read every day like that." We say. He also said like that, and they went away. And another time, same devotees come to that city, and they saw that man distributing the books. Oh, they were shocked. Last time we met him. He said he have books, now he's distributing the books. What he's doing like that? They were, you know, shocked, and they went to that man and said, "Hare Krishna, Prabhu." Like, "Oh, what is that Hare Krishna? I don't know anything about Hare Krishna." Then, "Which temple are you from?" "Temple? What is that main temple? I don't know about temple. What is that?" Like that, and they started conversation, and the devotees got to know that by reading just the statement, we have to make our life perfect by distributing this knowledge to everyone. So only due to that statement, he started distributing. Later, he came in the association of devotees. He went to temple, and later he became a devotee. There is the power of book distribution. There is the power of preaching. Actually, everyone is in need of the real knowledge. You know, we are living in the age where we have to pay money for the knowledge. Like if you go to some consultancy, like education consultancy or somewhere, you know, we have to book appointment. We have to pay the money according to the hour. But here in ISKCON, you know, every morning we are sharing Srimad Bhagavatam knowledge for free. But still we are not eager for that. You know, what is the population of Sydney? Anyone, any idea? I also don't know, but can someone guess? 5 million? Yeah, there are, you know, 5 million population people in Sydney, but you know, just few. We are here for taking the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's free. We don't need to pay anything. But still people are not eager. People don't want to hear the real goal of human life. You know, Parikshit Maharaj, he had just 7 days to live. You know how eager he was to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. You know, people when they are in the deathbed, when they are in the last moment of life, they want the affection from their family members. You know, but you know, Parikshit Maharaj, he gave up everything. He gave up his kingdom, everything he gave up just to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have to be very serious to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, to take up the mission, to take up the process given by Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. So here, yeah, Prabhupada focusing on compassion, because people are in need of this. Because forgetting the goal of the human life, forgetting the goal of the human body, they are just endeavoring for material things, which is temporary and which don't give any satisfaction to the heart. Like, you know, let's say if a child is lost in the crowd from their parents, so you found their children, you give that children what do you call, lolly. So you will take that lolly, and after finishing that lolly, you will again start crying because he is separated from their parents. And you give him food to eat, you eat that food, again you will start crying. When he will stop crying? Only when we take that child to their parents. Similarly, we are separated from the Krishna, we are far from the Krishna. So when we take the suffering souls near to the Krishna, only that time jiva will be happy. Otherwise, material things, it won't give real satisfaction to the heart. It is like trying to be happy materially. It's just a waste of time. It doesn't give real pleasure. It doesn't give real peace in the heart. Only we can experience the real peace and happiness only if you do devotional service in a nice way. Otherwise, it will be just like a dream. People are running, people are chasing, people are chasing for the material happiness, but still they are not happy. As I already said, they walk with a big smile but broken heart, because material things can't fulfill the desire of our heart. It must be filled with the Krishna consciousness aura. It should be filled with the Krishna consciousness energy. Only then our heart will be pleased. So now, how many of you has heard about the story of Maharaj Sibi? Anyone heard the story of Maharaj Sibi? So Maharaj Sibi, he was a very religious, very kind king actually. Nowadays those so-called leaders, they just think about their self. They don't think about they are the citizens of the country. But Maharaj Sibi, he was not like that. He was a very religious, kind person. So he have promised that he will support and he will give shelter to all the living entities of his praja, of his country, or we say area, even to the living entities, even to the insects, even to the birds, even to the animals, and even to all the human beings. So he was like that. Pandita Samadarshina, his vision was even the insects, animals, birds, they should be protected. They should be given shelter. He had a mood like that. That's what he had promised. And one time, one pigeon came to him because the vulture, big bird, he was chasing him to kill him and eat him. The pigeon asked for protection, asked for shelter to the king, and the king said, "Okay, I'll give you protection." And he gave a protection to the pigeon, and vulture also came at the same time. Vulture also said, "I want to eat that pigeon. Give me the pigeon," like that. He asked. Vulture asked, and you say, "No." Maharaj Sibi said, "No, you can't kill. You can't eat that pigeon. He's the citizen of my. He's the citizen. He's shelter of me. He's the citizen of my praja. He's on the shelter of me." And the vulture said, "Why are you discriminating? He's also the citizen of this country. He's also the citizen of this country. I'm also the citizen of this country. So it is a right to give me food. It is a right to give me shelter also." Like they said, and like Maharaj Sibi think for some time, and he said, "Okay, you don't do anything to this pigeon. You don't do anything to this pigeon. Instead, whatever the weight of the pigeon is, I will give my place to you, and you can eat." Like that, Maharaj Sibi said, and and he brought one scale, measuring scale, and he put pigeon in one side, and he cut his place and put his place in another side. But still, he kept on doing like this. He was cutting the flesh from his body, and he was putting in one side of the scale. But still, the weight of pigeon was more. Oh, he was shocked. What's happening here? Like that, and he put his whole body. He put himself in one side of his scale, and now only it became equal. And it became equal. Then, and in great humility, Maharaj Sibi prayed, "Oh my Lord, you are so merciful. You are giving me this opportunity to show kindness and compassion to these living entities. Thank you so much, my Lord. I am ready to sacrifice my body for their happiness." Like that, he prayed to the Lord, and being very pleased with the compassion and humility of the Maharaj Sibi, the pigeon and vulture, they came into, like, they were demigods. They have assumed this form just to check the compassion of the Maharaj Sibi. So demigods became very pleased. Like that, Maharaj Sibi is so compassionate. He was ready to sacrifice his whole life, whole body for the pigeon. That's how great. That's the nature of great souls actually. Pandita Samadarshina. And I think in the 5th canto there comes a story of Brittasura. Is 5th canto, Prabhu? 6th canto. There comes a story of Brittasur. Brittasur, so this is a long story. I will just say shortly, briefly. Yeah? So Brittasur, he was a demon. So he was disturbing the society. And Indra, they were in the Indra group. They went to fight to them. But Brittasur was very powerful that they could not defeat Brittasur. They had no other option. That's why they were like Indra started to worship Vishnu, and Vishnu, being pleased with the worship of the Indra, he came and said to Indra, okay, I am pleased with your asteroids. Now what you do? You go to the Dadiji. You go to Dadiji and ask for his body. He will give you, and you use his body, and you make a weapon from his bones, and use that weapon to kill that Brittasur. So and now Indra went to Dadiji. So he was doing austerities. His body was so powerful actually. He went to Dadiji and he asked, my dear Dadiji, give me your body. I want to use your body to kill Brittasur. So Dadiji, he was a sage, like he knew everything, and in a sarcastic way he said, oh, I'm too attached to my body. People are so materialistic. People are so attached to their bodies. What is the pain that one gets during the time of death? So why should I give you my body? Like in a sarcastic way he says like that. And later on, like Indra said, oh, don't say like this. You are a very compassionate person. Don't say like this. Like Indra says, and Dadiji says. So what is the use? After discussing, and Dadiji said, what is the use of this body if I don't use this body for higher purpose? Dadiji said, I will read the full prayer. Like one who has no compassion for humanity in his suffering and does not sacrifice his impermanent body for the higher cause, what is the benefit of having such body? That is the statement said by Dadiji to King Indra. So he wanted to say that we have to use our human body for the higher purpose. So this body, which is eatable by jackals and dogs after death, is usable for only short time and may perish at any time. So it should be engaged for the benefit of others. Like this is the statement said by Dadiji to Indra. So it means we have to use our human body. We have to use this opportunity for the higher purpose. What is the higher purpose? According to Dadiji, to use this body for the benefit of others. Because people are suffering. They are in need of the real knowledge, that they are in need of the truth of the human life. So we should try to distribute that knowledge. We should try to distribute the real truth of human life to them. Only then they can be happy in this world. Like great personalities. If you see the great personalities, they always accept voluntary suffering for the suffering of people in general. Like Lord Shiva, when there was a churning of the milk ocean, so from there came poison. Their poison, and if that poison go to the came out and go to the universe, then the universe will be destroyed. But Lord Shiva, so compassionate. He took the poison that came from the milk ocean. So in that section, Prabhupada writes, great personalities always accept voluntary suffering for the suffering of people in general, and that is the highest method of worshiping for the Lord. That is the highest. So voluntarily accepting suffering for the suffering of people is the highest method of worship. So that is the most pleasing service. That is the most pleasing thing to Lord. So same statement Prahlad Maharaj give to his friends. Those who are compassionate to other living entities, he is very dear to Lord. And in Bhagavad Gita also, like Krishna says, one who is distribute my knowledge, one who distributes the gospel of this Bhagavad Gita is very dear to me. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita. And when Kardama Muni, he was renouncing, and he was renouncing, and that time Vishnu said to Kardama Muni, by showing compassion to all the living entities, you will come back to me. This is a statement made by Vishnu to Kardama Muni. So we by showing compassion to the people, we can go back to Godhead. Janma sarthaka karo, what is that? Janma sarthaka karo, kari paropakar, is it? Yeah. By doing paropakar to the humanity, we can go back to Godhead. So what is that paropakar? Like distributing food to the people, like giving money to the beggars. Is that the paropakar? Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to say? No, paropakar means giving them Krishna consciousness, giving them the path how they can get love of Godhead. So that is the paropakar we have to do for the people in general. So general. So by nature, by one of the quality of devotee is compassionate and merciful nature. So we should come forward, and we have to distribute the knowledge. We have to distribute the books of Prabhupada, because only by distributing the books, only by distributing the knowledge of Prabhupada, we can please Prabhupada in high extent. So book distribution preaching is the most pleasing service to Prabhupada. So I want to share one story of disciple of Prabhupada, Radhakund Mataji. So Radhakund Mataji, she was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and she was a lifelong book distributor of Srila Prabhupada. She was a long life book distributor, and in her old age, she was living in Vrindavan. Even in Vrindavan, she was distributing the books of Prabhupada. But one time, she met one local Babaji there, and Babaji said, so this is Radhakund, I will give you one mantra. You go every day to Radhakund and you recite this mantra. Srimati Radharani will be very happy. And Siddhartha maybe is a Babaji, very great devotee. I should follow him. That time Prabhupada already left this soul. And she believed maybe this is true, and she started going to Radhakund every day, and she started reciting the mantra. But one day, and she stopped book distribution. She was just following what that local Babaji said, and she stopped book distribution. And one time, Prabhupada came in her dream. Prabhupada came in her dream, looked at him with big eyes, looked at her with big eyes, and hold her hand, and said, "Let's go." And Prabhupada catched her hand, and she was like Prabhupada was taking to her in Govardhan and all the Vrindavan, and finally Prabhupada took her to Radhakund, and in Radhakund also Prabhupada went inside the water, in the heart of Radhakund, and there in the heart of Radhakund, she saw there was a big table of books. Many books in many languages, English, Nepali, Tamil, Telugu, everything was there. every language books were there, and Prabhupada was distributing the books to. There were many, living entities. He was distributing the books. There are millions of books, and Prabhupada was distributing the books, and there are many souls who are screaming, "Prabhupada, I want one. Prabhupada, give me book. Prabhupada, give me book." Like it was, people were screaming, people were crying there, suffering souls were crying, and Prabhupada was standing alone, like Mataji was just sing from there, and Prabhupada was distributing the books, and all the jivas, all the living entities, suffering living entities, they were taking the Prabhupada books, and as soon as they take the Prabhupada books, their body like their body was changed into spiritual bodies and they were going back to Godhead. Like that the Mataji was saying. They were taking the, like all the jivas, they were taking the books, Prabhupada was distributing, they were taking the books, and as soon as they took the book, their body was changed into spiritual form and they were going back to Godhead. Like she was very shocked actually, and she was very shocked. And Prabhupada, like Mataji was standing in one side, and Prabhupada saw, Prabhupada looked at her, and Prabhupada said, "What are you worth? How much longer are you going to stand? When are you going to start helping me distribute books? How do you not understand that distribution of my books is the very heart of Radha Kund? This is where the heart of Srimati Radharani dwells. If you really want to receive Srimati Radharani's grace and please me, share my books until the last breath." Like that Prabhupada said to her in dream. And she wakes up next morning, she was shocked, and again she started distributing Prabhupada books till the last breath of her life. So that is the glory of book distribution, that is the glories of preaching, that is the glories of showing compassion to the humanity. So this is the most pleasing service to Srila Prabhupada. That's why we have to come forward for us to distribute the knowledge given by Prabhupada to the humanity. That is the biggest paropakar we can do to the people. That's how we can make, in that way we can make our life perfect. So now I want to end my class. Anybody, any question, comment? Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So that is also a good idea, but more important than this, because hospitals, they don't help one to get out from the cycle of birth and death. Because only by doing devotional service, only by reading Prabhupada books, only through the mission of Prabhupada, one jiva, one suffering soul can get out from the cycle of birth and death. Because hospital can't guarantee that, hospital can't do that. Because let's say hospital, like a person is suffering, so if he goes to hospital, so it will just increase the lifespan. It will just cure the disease temporarily, but again the disease will occur. So let's say if one soul is suffering from one disease, so he will be cured, and next time again he will suffer from another disease, because this is a material world. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. So this is the nature of this material world. So that is also a good idea, but more important than that is to help one to get out from the cycle of birth and death, to help one to go back to Godhead. That what Prabhupada focused on. Hare Krishna.
If your body becomes unwell, what are you going to do?
We
Vertical yourself.
go to hospital, Prabhu. Go to hospital. But more than going hospital is chanting our rounds, Prabhu. We go to hospital also, Prabhu. We cure our body, and we use that body. We use our healthy body for Krishna consciousness. That's the only difference, Prabhu. Yeah. Did I answer your question, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Anyone? Hare Krishna. Sir, Babu, can you repeat? I didn't understand.
I believe like everybody is addicted to something, right? Do something like to take in something.
Because we all have free will. God has given us free will, so it's up to us where do we want to use that free will. So God has given us a leg. It's up to us whether we want to use this leg to go to a bar or use that leg to come to temple. It's our free will, Prabhu. God has given us free will. It's up to us. We have to use our free will for the service of the God to please Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. So yeah, people are suffering. People are addicted in this world because they have used their free will to choose that thing. They haven't used their free will to praise Krishna. That's why they are suffering, Prabhu. That's why they are addicted. Did I answer your question? Hare Krishna. Normally, when we go distribution with the like if we are attached to the result, then we'll of course we'll feel that pain. But if you go out for book distribution, thinking that this service will please Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, this service will please Prabhupada, then you won't feel that pain. So, but if you are attached to the results, I have to distribute this number of books, so you will get the pain. So we have to do the service without getting attached to the result. We should go out for the book distribution, just feeling that this is the service by which Srila Prabhupada will be pleased. Whether many people will take the book or whether no one will take the book, it's not in my hand. So what is in my hand is I have to show my enthusiasm, I have to show my endeavor. So that pleases Srila Prabhupada actually, not the result, not the how many number of books you distributed. Yes. Did I answer your question, Madhuri? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we have to take a baby step slowly. We have to take a baby step slowly. So there won't be a time like, okay, I finish my 12 canto, now I get now a devotee will get the enthusiasm to preaching. That don't happen. Like, we have to push ourselves. We have to take a baby step, slowly we have to push from ourselves. God, Krishna helps them who wants to serve his mission. Prabhupada empowered those souls who want to distribute his knowledge. So Prabhupada will help. We have to show little enthusiasm. We have to show little endeavor to do his service. Then Prabhupada will empower us. Yeah. So slowly we have to start. We have to do our sadhana also. We have to do service also. It goes side by side. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगत कृष्ण प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।